YouTube. What's the big old deal, man? We back at it like a crack addict, man. So look, man, it looks like we got some Wack 100 content coming up. But before we get into the meat and potatoes, man, the title is "This is why Wack 100 is the most dangerous person on the internet," right? But nobody cares. So let's get to the point where nobody cares, man. So we got Wack, you up. Let's get it. Let's go.
Situation, right? Now we got Wack 100 showing up to this bout. Blueface boxing match, which Blueface is the main event.
Like that's
Wack 100 show up at the door, you know.
That nigga like, damn, who's this, the ice cream man? Mr. Ice Cream Man. Yeah, nigga, that's that ice cream truck, nigga. Yeah, hot tamale. Yeah, I know what time it is. Let it go.
Expecting to get the royal VIP treatment, and he gets rejected off the back. He gets rejected off the back as if he was nobody. We had another guy that was there that was a Caucasian. The guy, Neon, he was right there as well, right? They telling Neon, like, hey, come on. Wack trying to block him, like, hey, no, man, no, what y'all doing? He not more important than me. Turn around, tell the kid, no disrespect. He like, oh, no, that's all love. He not tripping. He's not trying to start any trouble. He know for sure he good. He know his people got him. He know he's getting up in there. Now, this is what I don't understand, and this is what is funny about this situation, right? Wack always talk this big money talk, always talking about rubbing elbows, always talking about big business, always talking about who broke and who ain't got what and who ain't on his level and the reach he got. Now, this is why I pointed out a long time ago that Wack 100 and a lot of people of the African-American community thinks it's cool and finds it all right to keep entanglements going and smoke going with other individuals and African Americans. But when it comes to other nationalities and other people, they keep it regular. They might raise their voice a little bit. Hey, man, what's going on? But for the most part, they not going to too much show their ass. They're going to keep it regular. Wack got denied entry, and I know these people knew who he is and didn't care who he was. They didn't care about Blueface being the main event. They seen Neon and said, Neon is coming in before you get to the back of the bus. Now, we about to get into this content, and y'all already know it's the Hef weight and the Hef effect. We gonna commentate.
Turns out you should never sue the driver who crashed into you after a car accident. There's a much better way you could get paid.
George, I'm getting Neon in. Listen, I'm getting Neon in. Hey, yo, Sid. Crazy, right? I'm getting Neon in. Then I'm gonna handle this with you. Let me get him in.
Tell him I'm your son or something, because this nigga being racist to me.
You can't get it, bro. We got off the plane 21. Hold on. Let me get Neon in.
Realize, bro, Neon ain't no more important than me. Respectfully. That's the homie.
Yeah. Look at your motherfucking ass. Yeah. He don't know you, bro. He don't know you, bro. That nigga is 2026. Neon is definitely way more important than you, bro. He is Jewish. That is a Jewish young man. You understand me? Ain't nobody care about no Wack 100. Let that little Jewish boy up in there. Hey. Yeah, Jerusalem, what up? Yeah, I'm a black Jew. I know. Yeah, I'm having my Hanukkah coming soon too. Yeah, look at that man's face. Doesn't seem like he's very happy that he's not getting VIP treatment to a fight that he helped facilitate. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, oh, how do it feel, sir? How do it feel? Then you look. No disrespect. If you was bigger than him, you wouldn't have to worry about disrespecting him. He would be a peasant. It wouldn't matter. Yeah, man. Look, how do it feel? Yeah, how do it feel, man? Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's all right though. Neon, boy, playing with that little young man right there. That boy parents got more money than you. Stop playing with that boy. Look, he got a Cash Money record chain on. You ain't even. You won't even do no business with them no more, bro. Come on, bro. Let's go.
Respectfully,
I love you, brother. Yep. Okay.
So what you saying?
Excuse me, Wack.
I'm saying I'm getting him in, and we're handling this through wristbands. Give me a second.
5 total.
1, 2.
All right, yes, sir.
Cold rejection, and they wasn't even supposed to do him like that. For sure, you wasn't supposed to do him like that. He's been to these boxing matches before. Blueface is under his management. They definitely know his face and know who Wack 100 was, and they really didn't care. So whoever this dude was that initially blocked him, he got to have some dislike for Wack 100, or Wack 100 must have offended this dude in some type of way, because ain't no way I would have went for that. Now, Wack 100 fake trying to throw a fit, saying that Neon is no more important than him, and then looked around and told Neon no disrespect. Neon, suburban white boy, you know what I'm saying, or whatever nationality he is, he really is not finding nothing disrespectful. As y'all see with Crip Mac, he just wants to play games, go viral off other people's stupidity, and get some money. He's not tripping. He know he's good. He know he A1. He know he good. He know he A1. The guy who's throwing the fight, Aiden Ross, I'm pretty sure these guys is top-notch buddies. Now, Wack 100 number is in the phone, but as you can see, these dudes really don't care about Wack 100, man. They don't care about Wack 100. They do not care. You feel me? And as black people continue to show, all they care about is money. They don't care about how they're treated as long as they got some income and some money coming in. It don't matter. Be a jigawoo. As long as the check clear, they be like, I always tell y'all, they be talking about, man, yeah, y'all hear what he said. He be saying, don't be talking about nothing but what the check say. Man, this is out of pocket, and ain't no way I would have went for this. So what I don't even understand is why even put up the fight only to let the other guy, like, man, come on, Neon. And Neon was ushered through. It was just like, hey, basically, excuse me, and got through there. So I don't even understand why I put up the fight, because I would have blocked Neo, or whatever, Neon, like, hey, man, look, that's out. We not about to play them games. Call Aiden Ross or whoever y'all need to call to the front, because this is feeling like the civil rights movement, and I'm feeling like Rosa Parks. Like
Yeah, I'm smelling what he's selling, man. It's just the analogy of it wasn't that hard art about that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, nigga, it just goes to show, nigga, like, yeah, you thought you was hot shit. And it just goes to show that, man, people don't care what you talking about. People don't care. Man, you got to realize when you speak a statue of merit, don't get it confused, man. You know, a lot of youngsters, man, they appreciate what somebody did before they was born, but they was never there to have the real appreciation of who you really are. So your value is never going to be superb. It's not going to be like, oh my God, that's Wack 100. What did he do? Oh man, he used to run with Suge Knight back in the 90s. Come on. I don't care about this. You're wasting your time, baby. Yeah, I know. That was what, 94? No, that was 92, man. Yeah. No, 91. Because I remember I just got out of YA. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nigga, nobody care about that shit. So anyway, let's get to the meat and potatoes of the content. This is why Wack 100 is the most dangerous man on the internet. Let's go.
His hair, whack. His gear, whack.
Wack, stop lying. Wack, stop lying, nigga. Please stop lying. Like, listen, I'll quit Wack, but I would not quit a liar. Wack, stop lying. Don't lie on me. Don't lie on me. You can lie on J Diggs. You can lie on Hookus Pook, whatever the fuck these niggas' name is. You can lie on Jay Prince, all these other niggas. Don't lie on me.
Say, bruh, what the danger actually look like, because most people got it wrong. They picture danger as something they can see coming, a raised fist, a drawn weapon, a man with nothing left to lose standing right in front of him. That kind of danger is real, but it's also the kind you can prepare for. Then there's Charles Manson, a man who never pulled the trigger but convinced others to kill through psychological manipulation so precise it rewired the people around him entirely. Then there's Bernie Madoff, who walked into every room as the most trusted person in it, dismantling lives and institutions with a handshake while no one suspected a thing until the damage was already generational. And then there's Roy Cohn, the architect of political destruction, a man who weaponized information, loyalty, and fear to end careers, manufacture enemies, and operate completely above accountability for decades. 3 different versions of Dangerous, 3 different bodies with records left behind. And then there's Cash Jones, aka Wack 100, a man who took everything those 3 perfected and brought it to a 4-inch screen where the audience is bigger, reach is unlimited, and real men are catching real indictments because of the narratives he decides to spin. That is not street dangerous. That is something far worse. Now let's run it. The territorial streets of California where gang culture calls the shots don't care about platinum plaques. Out there, a music manager title means nothing if the streets don't recognize the man behind it. And for a long time, Cash Jones, the man known to the world as Wack 100, claimed he could walk the most dangerous corridors of the West Coast without needing a pass. Claimed he could walk multiple prison yards since his early days as a teen. Not demonstrated, not proven. Claimed.
I'm just making sure everybody get, you know what I'm saying, get a chance.
Oh, yeah. Give them a chance to read it.
It's got the numbers and everything, so people can do their due diligences.
Yeah, you could contact them and get it yourself. They'll give it to you.
Hey, what's up? Today we're going to take one raw vocal, use 13 auto-tune plugins, and turn it into a...
Now, you see right here, look, let me show you. The first one, it was admitted offender with new AOJ. That's adult offender juvenile. Okay?
So this is your first entrance into the system.
That's your first entrance into the system. He went to North Kern State Prison, NKSP. Now, you can see he likes to play games. So you got to understand, North Kern State Prison is Delano, okay? That's old Delano. They have a new Delano, which is a level 4, okay? He'll try to say, I went to Delano to make you think he's been a higher level than he been. He was at reception, right? Then the next prison he went to was SATF, Substance Abuse Treatment Facility, which is the level 2, okay? That's where he paroled from. He didn't go to 9 prisons like he alleges, okay?
This is a critical distinction that a lot of people looked over because the confidence behind the claim was loud enough to fill a room. Wack 100 understood early that if you say something with enough conviction in front of enough people, the audience will fill in the blanks and hand you the credibility you never actually really earned. That reputation was carefully constructed, carefully maintained, and carefully projected to an audience that was always watching. Reputation, like everything else Wack 100 touches, is a tool, something to be shaped, deployed, and aimed at whoever he decided needed to be in the crosshair next. That informant talk, yeah, it didn't arrive out of nowhere. Shit like that never does. It bubbles up from the places where people who actually know things talk to each other. And by the time those conversations reach the surface of the internet, they have already been circulating long enough to carry real weight. Internet onlookers who have never been in the streets a day in their lives trace the origin of the whippers back to the Big U situation. But if you dig deep enough past the surface level takes in the hot commentary, you find that the connection runs further in more directions than just Big U. Wack 100's name has surfaced in another case entirely, one involving the Main Street Crips, suggesting that whatever relationship exists between this man and federal proceedings is not a one-time coincidence, but a pattern with multiple data points attached to it, stamping him with the name CS2 Back, which is written in the paperwork.
Well, first of all, there were no arrests made other than Cash Jones.
Wack 100, most famously known for arguing on Clubhouse, has been exposed as an confidential informant in paperwork recently released by defendant Money Mark and Stutterbox. Stutterbox alleges that Wack 100 was caught on a wiretap with Dale Dog conspiring to commit murder. This is why his house was raided and led him to working with the police as back. Stutterbox explains to Juice M's that Wack gave up his address.
His house got raided because he was on the wiretap with Dog, you know.
What is Mark saying I had to do with the case, bro?
Wack, listen, in the paperwork, it said you tried to call Dog, remember?
I tried to
And he
call
won't take
Dog.
your call. And I sent it to you. And he said,
I talked to Dog. I talked to Dog.
Stutterbox said you in my paperwork on wiretap, right?
So Stutterbox confirmed that Wack was included in his paperwork
on the Main Street
on the Main Street case,
which he wasn't charged. But this guy is saying the only person that was arrested
was Cash Jones.
If Greg's credibility hurts the findings of the entire task force or not?
Well, first of all, there were no arrests made other than Cash Jones.
But when you get the discovery, was part of that the actual wiretap? The whole transcript. I got the whole transcript. The whole transcripts of the whole wiretap. And do you, in that paperwork, do you see your conversation with Cash Jones in them transcripts?
In the streets, an accusation like that doesn't land like a rumor. It lands like a verdict. When the word informant gets attached to your name in that world, it's not a controversy you manage with a publicist. It's a debt, and that debt historically gets settled in two ways: blood or total exile. There's no third option. There's no carefully worded statement that makes it disappear. When federal prosecutors unsealed the RICO documents connected to Big U's case, Wack 100 name appeared in the margins of that narrative. The casual observer scrolling through YouTube, it read like entertainment. Another day, another hip-hop adjacent federal case with familiar names floating through the paperwork. But to anyone who understands what it means to have your name woven into the fabric of a federal RICO filing, even without a charge directly attached, that's not entertainment, homie. It is your name now living inside a federal document that prosecutors, investigators, and defense attorneys will be referencing for years. By March of this year, Wack was alluding to paperwork being drafted for a defamation lawsuit in response to the informant accusations being levied at him publicly. The same dude that built an online presence by putting a rat jacket on whomever he felt like was now playing victim. Guess it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. You heard me? Maybe that paper. Paperwork is real. Maybe it isn't. Here's what the streets have always understood and what no courtroom filing can quite capture. Paper doesn't stop bullets, and it damn sure don't stop a rumor that has already taken a root in the right soil, like the narrative Wack has been spreading about Big U. Dogpiling on an open case every chance that he gets. Here is where the story starts being about what the internet already knows about Wack 100. It starts being about what Wack 100 has openly, proudly, on camera admitted to doing himself, because the most diabolical play Wack 100 has ever executed besides the orchestrated play on Big U was the move that separates him from every other loudmouth doing laughs on social media. That was what he did to Tremaine Ashley Williams, the man the internet knows as the fake loose cannon. Let that name settle in for a second before we go any further. If you have not been paying close attention to Wack 100, and most people have not been paying the right kind of attention, you missed something critical about how he actually operates.
This is a challenge. Wack 100, come meet me in the ring, man. Let's do some UFC shit together. You feel me? Settle it like men, you know, and let that be that. And so I'm hoping he accepts the challenge.
Man, come on, man. Come on, bro. You know that Wack sized that nigga down. He like, yeah, man, this nigga got some 40s on his arm. You know, I knew, oh, man, that weight you don't mean. Bullshit. Come on. Nigga, shit. Even in boxing, you gotta be a certain size to fight a certain, boxer. Yeah, that nigga got some 40s on his arm. Man, Wack little arm, man, come on. That nigga gorilla mob that nigga, man. Come on, man. Wack didn't want that at all. Wack knew niggas be knowing niggas know they battles, bro. He know he can't get with Jay Diggs, and he don't even want to embarrass himself trying to. So, let's go.
Man, because I want to beat up on this nigga, period. He run his mouth a lot. He need another one. Putting all type of bullshit on the internet, man, that ain't cool, bro. You use your platform. Your platform is supposed to be, to put some real shit out, especially if you calling yourself some type of commentator or news reporter, whatever the fuck y'all do over there. You know, y'all be giving out information to the public. You got to give out real information, man. You can't be out just trying to slander because you got a platform. You using it to slander people's name and shit like that.
He talks directly to law enforcement through various social media platforms, casting a wide net with the intentions of dragging in unsuspected victims who fall for the trap. And if you really pay attention to Wack, you will notice that his body language shifts depending on the conditions of the environment and what he is trying to accomplish in that specific moment. When he is performing for an audience, he wants to entertain. He moves one way. When he is laying out a play he has already completed, when he is walking back through the architecture of something he built from the ground up, he moves entirely different. The tone changes, the cadence slows, the eye says something that words are still catching up to. When Wack 100 told the world that he lined up the fake loose cannon, that was a man who had already in his own mind won, walking back through the winning move at his own pace, and daring anyone in the room to challenge the timeline. The fake loose cannon's biggest mistake was dealing with a man who clearly knew who he was, all while not knowing who he himself was dealing with.
Wack, if the knife wouldn't have been on the table, he wouldn't have cut his throat. Did Wack want him to cut his throat? Absolutely. Did I tell him to cut his throat? No. Then why did he cut his throat? Because I understand who he was. He just didn't understand who I was. He just didn't understand who I was. He just didn't understand who I was. I could have been told him, hey, bro, stop saying, stop this. I didn't tell him to say it. I didn't tell him to stop saying it.
How you need to understand the setup before you can understand how the execution landed. The fake loose cannon was out here in these YouTube streets aiming disrespect and direct threats of violence at Wack 100 publicly on social media for the whole world to see. Kind of threats that most people in that position would either respond to immediately or fall away and let it simmer.
Wack, it's like you do all this internet thugging shit and acting like you just so turned up, putting it on Paru this, Paru that. Nigga, nobody seen you do nothing. Nigga, you beat up a nigga that was don't fin a nigga in Miami. What's that bitch ass nigga named Stitches? Like, bro, you did some buster ass shit and then you acting like you got clout. Then you paid two niggas to act like they KKK, but nigga, they was construction workers and you paid them $150. All that cloud chasing shit don't equal up to real nigga shit, bro. We on real nigga time. Like, you have to really start watching your mouth because niggas don't play that. Niggas play for keeps. Like, you talking about let's get down. Nigga, you bitch ass nigga, you don't want to get down with the loaf, nigga. And you could put that on Paru, nigga. I bet you, nigga, on any dollar, nigga. You don't want to get down, nigga, with the low, nigga.
Wack 100 did neither. He absorbed it. He watched it. He let it accumulate. And somewhere in that process of letting it pile up, he identified exactly what the fake loose cannon was. And more importantly, exactly how to use that against him.
He came bearing gifts. Okay, what you got? Oh, you want to? You know what, man? Wait, what you say? Fuck who? Fuck Big U? Oh, is that right? You know some shit? Yeah, oh, okay. You want to talk about what you know? I mean, you don't have to, but if you want a platform, you know, brother, I'll look out for you. I'll look out for you, brother. Well, look how I baited him. When he came at me to come on No Jumper and came at me to pay me for No Jumper, what you think I told him? Bro, don't worry about it. This one on me. Anything else we do, we'll work it out, but No Jumpers on me. You know why I told him that? Because I know for a fact, I know you a snake. You can't accept no money to go on No Jumper, right? That's how this works. So I'm going to let you come on No Jumper. Take that weapon. You can't use that later on. Hey, man, can I get on academics? Man, that might cost you a little bit, man.
Playing the nigga the whole time, though. Playing in his face. Playing in that boy's face. I keep telling y'all, this dude is a dangerous dude, bro. I don't see why y'all don't see it. I see through limo tent. See what I'm saying? I understand exactly what he is. Not who he is, but what he is. You see what I'm saying? This is somebody who, listen, if you have any relationship with Wack 100, whether he use you now or he have a plan to use you later, you are a mark to him. Don't ever get it confused. You're not a partner. You're not his friend. he has no friends. And the little friends he have, they up in age, they old, and he don't trust nobody. This man is paranoid. And he hides it very well. He's a very, very paranoid person. So don't ever think that he's finna pull up to your house and be kumbayaing with you and hanging at your barbecue or pull up to your hood to come, do some Adam 22. He's not doing that. That's not his get down. That's not his pedigree. He got something that he look forward to come home to every day. He has a purpose. This man will smile in your face and then stab you in your back. You got to understand that, man. This is not somebody y'all run around and call your uncle. Your uncle is the nigga that you don't like to talk to around Thanksgiving time because you watched him have it when he was young and you don't got it no more. This is not your uncle. Let's go.
Oh, no, bro. But I tell you what, let's just not make it academics thing. You want me to do a 90-day run for you and I promote and cross-promote and I personally would go on Clubhouse and talk about your reality show and this. All right, pay me this. And you know what? I'll throw academics in there. I'll get you up there. Let me figure it out. You know what he thinking? I got this. Oh, no, you ain't got me. I got me AI humanoid that's finna go cut his own throat and slander Big U's name. The crazy part about it is, the dumbass, when he first goes to jail, he got his bitch call me. Hey, Wack, what? Loose Cannon want to know why you telling everybody he was lying about the Meek Mill stuff and all this stuff. I said, no, Sharice, tell him that I'm telling the world that he's lying so they'll think he's lying about everything else he said. You get it? She said, oh, you both know as that shit on the wiretap. That shit on the wiretap. That shit on the wiretap.
Wow. Played her too. Played her too. Hey, hold on. I see one thing about me, man. This is a dangerous. Played her too. All he had to do was get in her ear because that's her man. She was gonna listen. He already incriminated himself. But look what he said. That shit was on the wiretap. It was on the wiretap. He been knowing that them dudes was being, man.
I said, no, Sharice, tell him that I'm telling the world that he's lying so they'll think he's lying about everything else he said. You get it? She said, oh, you both know as that shit on the wiretap. That shit on the wiretap. That shit on the wiretap. Oh, I thought it was on a putty cat. And I sat there, heartbeat watching me. She said, nigga, you are dangerous. You are dangerous. You are dangerous.
Why the fake Loose Cannon looked at Wack 100 and concluded that those threats will simply be forgiven and forgotten is the question that may never have an answer that makes sense.
When I didn't even know who the fuck you was, Gigi said he used to talk about Wack on social media and Wack texted him one time or DM and said, I don't know you. And he went crazy. It drove him crazy that Wack wouldn't respond to him. He was like intentionally just saying shit about a total stranger. He didn't know Wack, but Wack wouldn't read this diss song he did on you.
Your health deserves more than guesswork. At Prenuvo, our whole body MRI scans for hundreds of conditions.
And some people see a man running plays on a podcast and forget entirely what that man is capable of. Wack set the play. Then he stepped back and let the fake Loose Cannon systematically dismantle himself. That is some of the most calculated and dangerous shit that have ever taken place on the internet. This is Wack's go-to move. You do not have to touch somebody directly if you can engineer the conditions in which they destroy their own standing from the inside out. You position the pieces. You create the environment. You let ego, the need for attention, and the hunger to be seen to do the rest of the work for you. The fake Loose Cannon, drunk on whatever version of relevance he thought he had secured, walked directly into a situation that had been designed specifically around his own weakness. and he never looked down once to notice that the floor had been removed. When the indictment came down and the arrest followed, Wack broke down every single move he made step by step, beat by beat, in a kind of detail that only the person who architected the play can provide. He did not describe it like someone piecing together a story after the fact. He described it like someone reading back their own notes from a plan that executed exactly as it was written. For anybody sitting comfortable telling themselves that Wack was just talking just to create distance from the fake loose cannon situation with a convenient narrative, take that theory and hold it up against the light of what he actually said. Because everything that came out of Wack's mouth about the play that he ran on the fake loose cannon checked out. Not most of it, all of it. That right there wasn't for entertainment.
Man, I don't think y'all get it, man. Y'all don't get it. Y'all not smart enough to get it. Wack 100 literally said around that time that loose cannon was going up to no jumper telling all the big you dirty secrets. He said, nigga, that shit was on a wiretap, dummy. So that tell you that they been had a, I don't know why would they have a Title III for no jumper, unless somebody's already working over there and voluntarily, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is. But you got to realize something, homie. He started off as a record, music channel. It went from music to gang culture and members incriminating themselves on these platforms. You see what I'm saying? Wack 100 play a major part in a lot of these gang members incriminate themselves on these platforms. He helped pave the way. He opened up the door. Oh, I'll get you to no jumper. I'll get you a no jumper. See, a lot of these niggas think no jumper. If I make it, I just got to make it a no jumper. I'm going to be that nigga. If I get to no jumper, I'm a nigga. Oh, nigga, I've been on no jumper. Man. Just for bragging rights. See what I'm saying? And that's the only thing he has to offer. He will offer y'all little youngsters a no jumper interview, and y'all be like, oh man, I'm going on no jumper. Listen, if you was really good, Adam and his team or somebody, a part of the association will contact you. See what I'm saying? If you got some news or some dirt on somebody and you just want to get an interview and you offer a no jumper, man, come on, man. He'll sit you down on one of them little Tuesday shows where they doing music reviews. And yeah, you get a couple eyes laying on you. That's it. Ain't nobody calling your phone. Ain't no record deals coming. Niggas is out here playing, blowing smoke up y'all motherfucking leg. Stop thinking because he bring you to no jumper that your life is going to change. Unless you willing to jump on some boards and beat your chest like a monkey and swing on the poles and, or do some weird shit, then look, that's it. Ain't nothing happening. So y'all be careful, man, because I tell you all the time, the devil ain't no redhead man with no horns. Catch it though. Let's go.
Taming, homie, it wasn't for shits and giggles. It's real life police shit going down right before your eyes. You can hear it in Wack's tone. You could read it in Wack's body language. This was the work of a man who was not constructing the story in real time, but recounting one that had already been written, executed, and closed out exactly on schedule. This man even spoke on Gigi, the fake loose cannon's ex-wife, with the kind of familiarity and detail that told you this was not surface level awareness. He tried to rock Gigi to sleep. Wack was on the internet painting Gigi as someone who simply fell for the okie doke, a square who got caught up in something she didn't fully understand. And while I don't know Gigi personally, I can tell you this here with full confidence. That woman is sharp. He is intelligent. He is not someone who moved through the world without awareness or without her own read on what is actually happening around her. But Gigi is, and what the fake loose cannon was never fully equipped to appreciate, is a highly intelligent woman who made one significant miscalculation. She trusted the wrong man, and that man was not Wack 100. That man was the fake loose cannon himself, who was out here playing a game several levels above his actual ability, while a far more dangerous and patient player watched every move from a comfortable distance, all while knowing the feds were watching the entire time. Now, this right here is where Wack overplayed his hand, and the paperwork prove it. Attorney Mike Michael M. Levin filed a motion in the United States District Court, Central District of California, to withdraw as counsel of record for defendant Tremaine Ashley Williams, filed March 12, 2026. A federal court document sitting in public record for anyone willing to actually read it. Wack 100 took that filing and immediately spun it into a narrative targeting Sharice Mills, claiming she failed to pay the attorney and that her failure to pay is what drove Levin to withdraw from the case. I can't lie though, bruh. It was a clean story. It was a tight story. The problem is, it's not the story the document tells. The story, yet again, is the narrative that Wack is spinning. Anyone with half a brain knows that Sharice Mills dipped on loose cannon months ago, well before any attorney filed any motions to relieve himself from the case. Here is what people who actually understand federal court procedure know that Wack 100 is counting on, his audience not knowing. When an attorney withdraws from a federal case citing non-payment, they are required to state that explicitly in the motion. It is not optional. It is not a courtesy. It is a procedural requirement that exists specifically to protect the defendant's right and to give the court a clear documented basis for granting a withdrawal. If the attorney withdrew because he was no longer getting paid, that reason would be in that motion in writing on the record before a federal judge and would have had absolutely nothing to do with Sharice Mills. The motion contains no reference to non-payment, no reference to fee dispute. What it does contain is a formal request for relief that the court has yet to rule on. Granted and denied boxes both unchecked at the filing date, pending before the Honorable Fernando Lazaro and Alea Rocha. So let's be precise about what Wack 100 did here. He took a legitimate federal filing, stripped out everything the document actually said, replaced it with a narrative that had Sharice Mills' name attached to it, and broadcast that narrative to an Instagram audience as fact. The same audience that trusts them, the same audience that does not go pull the actual court documents to verify what they're being told. That is not even spin. That is the deliberate reconstruction of a false narrative around a real legal document. The exact same type of shit he has been running from the beginning. Just this time, there's a federal filing sitting right next to it that tells a completely different story. The fake loose cannon walked into a chess match thinking it was a street fight and lost everything. And even in the record of that loss, Wack 100 could not resist manufacturing one more story. This time using a fake loose cannon as attorney's motion to withdraw as raw material. Say, bruh, this whole story that I just told is what dangerous actually looks like. And Wack 100 was the architect of chaos that constructed it all.
Shit. Got your ass.
All right. It looks like that's the end of this reaction. Y'all need y'all to like, hype, and subscribe, man. We got more content coming on the way. Y'all leave y'all opinions in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think of the narrator. That's 504. My boy, keep doing your thing. And yeah, man, we're gonna get to it. Let's get it. Let's go.